Hi, everybody, and thanks for stopping by Miss B's Review once again. I have two skits for you today. Going to talk about James and Trey as well as Malachi and Rolanda. First up, Malachi and Rolanda. I loved seeing Malachi and Rolanda on in a skit together, smiling and happy. Malachi was flirting. It was just so heartwarming to see the two of them together. We always thought, I know I did anyway, that they were going to be a good couple and that this would be the couple that would stand the test of time on the Country Wayne skits. And it was just so heartbroken when Anthony did what he did in their at their wedding, and then Malachi had a long journey of the accident and everything that happened. It was just so heartbreaking that they went down that road, and then it looked like they were going to get back together again, and boom, they didn't. So I'm so glad that even after all of that, that they could still be in each other's company and smile and laugh and talk and have a conversation, because I think Rolanda is the love of Malachi's life, and I believe that he is the love of Rose's life also. Because although she wasn't with Malachi and hadn't been, she dated Muhammad, but she really there was no sex involved with her and Muhammad, as you remember in the scene. So I think Malachi is it for her, and she just looks like a schoolgirl over there doing all that grinning and smiling, and you could tell she was happy to be in a skit with him, and it was just like their chemistry is just like no others. But I understand, Malachi is out here doing big things in his real life, and but we need him back and forth on these skits every once in a while. And but yeah, that was really good to see. Next up, James and Trey. So I thought, after James started really questioning Trey a lot about the money and what was happening, I felt like that James kind of blamed Trey for stealing. He thought Trey stole the money. And lo and behold, that is what's happening now. He thinks that Trey took the money and not Mama AJ, because he kept saying, well, she wouldn't do that. Why would she do that? But comes to find out that is the case, that he thinks that Trey took the money and not Mama AJ. So, because Trey's been looking for it and he can't find it, and James is going through all that. So I see today they brought in Mama AJ's sister in this skit, and she's being very coy with them as well about the money and about the fact that Mama AJ was able to buy that expensive tractor. And she's like, yeah, well, that was the most expensive one. And James like, well, where she get that kind of money? And her sister's like, oh, well, money, she's just blessed. Money just drops in her lap. So basically, the sister's not, she knows what's going on. She kind of know that this is some drug money. And Mama AJ know, I think she knew for all intents and purposes also that that was some drug money, but she was just going to hold it and see if they were going to be forthcoming with her to let her know what was going on. It's going to be interesting though how this skit now develops, since Mama AJ is no longer here, and we'll have to see what they'll do in the skit with this money. I don't know. I thought James and Trey would more or less fall out over Ernestine, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to fall out over this money, because James don't have no idea that Trey and Ernestine even messing around. They thinking that he's thinking about them messing around, and James talking about his money. So there that goes. But yeah, also I would be interested to see how they're going to handle Mama AJ's passing within the skits, and or if there would be a mention of it, which I'm sure there will be, and how they'll handle that. I'm quite sure they'll let the family go through their grieving process and have her homecoming and do all of that before they bring anything to the skit. So we all look forward to seeing what type of tribute we'll have for Mama AJ as well. But thank you guys for stopping by once again. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer to our $500 goal. $500, 500 subscriber goal for August. So if we could get to 500 subscribers by the end of August, I would be ecstatic, because it's really a big, it would be pretty big, and it would be only within 2 months. So I thank you all once again. Thank you for stopping by, and see you next time.